Yo, what's poppin', YouTubers? ECU's finest, hosted by Mike, giving you guys and saying, hopefully, very, very healthy and happy season greetings and salutations. Hope everybody enjoyed theirs. I got a lot of things going on. Of course, my appearance is trying to let my hair grow. This is the first time my hair has been at least this long. Probably since I've been in remissions, but I have my own reasons why I'm trying to let this grow out and stuff like that. It ain't really going nowhere, but it is what it is. That's why I look like Wolfman Jack's great grandfather, on the Snaggletooth side. But it is what it is. Outside of that, where I've been at lately, far as it goes with collectibles, I'm still, still going through what I'm going through with my G.I. Joe stuff. I have since looked into this book yesterday, as a matter of fact, while Spike was over at Petco getting groomed and stuff like that. This particular book is better than those other crappy books I hate, but there are a couple of figures that are not in this book that's in the other books. So you still gotta keep those books. This book been through hell. I mean, ever since I got it, it was great. Now the pages are like almost coming out and stuff like that. But I have since looked in this book and found more figures that I need. So I have everything on eBay right now. Watching a lot of figures on eBay and seeing if I can individually find them cheaper or whatnot. There are a couple of pieces that I'm just gonna go ahead and order if they're still up. From that wave, from wave 2, which is like, you could say late 90s to like 06. Then from like late 06, 07 is when wave 3, I don't know why some people call it wave 4, but I'm gonna call it wave 3 G.I. Joe, which is the 25th anniversary style figures. I was gonna get into that line. I had a lot of them, but that's just, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars. At least close to 80 to 90, and that's on the low end. And I already have this room full, and I was like, you know what? I would just collect. I mean, I would have loved to collect the 25th anniversary and kept this stuff out. But it's wave 2, so why not? Fuck it. Damage is already done, money's already spent. Why the fuck not? So that's what I'm doing. And I was gonna go with the G2 Transformers. Excuse me, since I have the G1 Transformers that I'm actually still collecting. Then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into the MP, aka Masterpiece versions of the Transformers from the movies or from the cartoon. And I was like, you know what? I'm trying to feasibly get stuff that's less expensive. So I decided to double back into the War of Cybertron and all those figures because they are extremely accurate to the cartoon. And I was like, you know what? I would just display those with these guys. I think they'll look perfect. I mean, of course, they wouldn't be the right year or whatever, but I had the G1 stuff, and I was like, fuck it. These figures are better interpretations of the G1s. Less kibble, stand up better, they don't fall over and all that shit. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So that's what I'm doing. I decided to double back into that particular line because I have always liked that line. I only got rid of that line to help. I don't know why my back is scratching. And the only reason I got rid of that line was to help support G1 and G2 G.I. Joe. I wasn't gonna really get back into it or not. I wasn't too sure, but evidently I am. Sunday I had to go meet this racist white dude to go pick up a nice little collection of Mezco, great condition, boxed, sealed Popeye collection. I mean, most of the figures are like $25. But it was like, I think 4 or 5 of them. You got 2 different Popeyes, I believe Wimpy and Olive Oil, and of course Brutus, which is like the most expensive out of them. And then there's the Big Popeye. The Big Popeye is like 60, 70 bucks. I've had him plenty of times. I think the last one I had was in a box. Box was in decent condition. I think I sold it for like 40 or 50 at the market. So I paid under 100 bucks. Literally, I paid $95 for them. I could tell the guy was racist. I mean, he not because he lived in Neptune City, New Jersey, but just the way his neighbors were looking, because I was in my Mustang and it was loud. It was Sunday night. People were looking like, oh my God. So people were like looking. I seen like a neighbor to the next house look when he saw me get out the car. I was like, what the fuck? So I knew it was this guy because the address he gave me, and he was actually on a porch. He came out to the porch, and when he saw me get out the car, he like real quick dropped the box and went inside his door, closed the door, and just pointed. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, oh, this guy's a racist. I was like, yeah, this guy's a racist old white man. And I wasn't going to go up at first. So I looked around and I was like, is it okay? And he said, yeah, come. So I'm looking at him and he's like, yeah, it's right there. But you know, you can slide the money under the door. And I said, are you fucking serious? I said, just like that, you know, in regular me fashion. Because I wanted to really dig in his ass and be like, yo, what the fuck? I'm not going to rob. I was mad. Like, I'm going to rob you. I'm giving you money and I'm going to rob you. Like, I was really pissed the fuck off because I've been black for a long time. And I know racist, old and racist white people when I see them. And he was a racist ass old white man. He wasn't expecting a nigger to come. A nigger in the car he probably couldn't afford. So anyway, we did do the deal. The only reason why I did the deal was not because I was desperate. I could make money on it, but I don't need the shit. I came out there because I thought it was nice, and for under $100 for all of them, fucking why not? $95 for something that he had listed for I think $195. He couldn't get rid of them, and again, 4 pieces. Let's say Brutus is 40, and everybody else is 25. So 25 times, I think what 3 or 4, well, let's say 3. That's 75. Then him being 40. So that's basically like 115 right there. Then a big Popeye, it's like another $50. So, whatever. Yeah, I did drive almost 3 hours. An hour and change going, an hour and change coming back. But I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm not getting fuck gas. I'm not getting my mileage back on in this Mustang. So I was like, whatever, man. I'm not gonna let my feelings get hurt because he's a racist piece of shit that's not comfortable in his own skin. I was like, fuck it. So that's why I took the stuff. I could be like, well, fuck you, and he would have won, because I would have gave him the right speculation of niggers or black folk, and I drove all the way that way, wasted time, and didn't pick up the product. So I wasn't gonna do that. So I'm talking to you guys about it because it did bother me, only because it just didn't make no sense. But it doesn't bother me that he was a racist. I mean, come on, I grew up and I'm born and raised in this country. I have Teflon skin. So, but I'm just telling you guys about it because it's crazy. I did go toy hunting in Watch Hunks, Target and Walmart and Ross. Ross didn't have shit. Then I met up with this Neanderthal. Then on the way coming back, me and Isaiah went to the Union, Target and Walmart, got some stuff, and here I am. So I have, obviously I've been looking in my book, and I have a nice amount of G.I. Joes from this line. In my watching list, I'm watching them on eBay, and I just did that. So I'll probably, wind up picking up the mass majority of the ones that I know that are kind of rare. And some stuff I just want them on that 3-pack comic pack, and some of the single ones, and the Gumbit versions and stuff, because that way they'll have all this stuff. Other figures, they can be like this, but a lot of stuff I just want them on card because it'd be a lot more manageable, easy to deal with, and whatnot. And I have a couple of spaces right above my head. I haven't done I think I've only done one room tour since we owned this house for 8 years, and that was when I had I think I did a couple. No, I think I did a Funko Pop one, or I was going to. I think I did one with video games, and maybe one with Lego. Excuse me. When I had my office downstairs. Once my daughter moved out and got her own apartment after graduating college, I moved this was Isaiah's room. This is my office, and then my G.I. Joe room was Mikey's, my oldest son, and so I gave Isaiah Michelle's room, and I gave Mikey my old office, and I just took the whole. I just figured, it makes sense to take the whole upstairs. Then who would know? Like 3.5 or so years later, Michelle will move in. We'll come back home, and at that time, I already put almost $5,000 in just fixtures and paint, and not even including time and labor of doing all this shit myself. Of course, if she was moving out, I would have just put stuff in the basement. I'd have brought a whole bunch of shelving units, put the stuff in the basement nice and neatly, and I would have still probably kept this for my office and gave her that room. But at this time, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. She basically took me in my wife's bedroom. And, we work around that. Because, again, I got over $5,000 in these 2 rooms. Just in shelving, paint, and you're probably like, what? Yeah. You guys understand, like, these long ones are like, what? $20-something each. I got a whole bunch of these. You guys already know the routine. If you don't, go look at my old videos if they're still up or if I have any. Outside of that, so again, going back to the G.I. Joe stuff, so that's basically where I'm at. I decided to get back into it slowly but surely. I don't go to Whatnot that much anymore because I get very anxious. Like right now, my knees are shaking, my legs are shaking, so I get very anxious. My anxiety is ridiculous now to where I get hot and feverish hot, like irritatingly uncomfortably hot when I'm on Whatnot and I'm looking at people's I'm looking at everybody doing the same G.I. Joe shit. It's the same, it's different voices, different channels, same figures. Once this person finished, the next person come up with the same figures that you see everywhere. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I gotta start going back to eBay and just buying shit on eBay, because I know on eBay they'll have it and that'll be it. So that's what I've been doing, and I have some stuff that's been that I've been watching for months. And then there's some stuff I've been watching for like almost 24 hours now, because not even 24 hours yet, because I just posted a lot of stuff in my watch, and I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it while this video was probably being uploaded. I don't know when I'm going to do a room tour. I don't really know. But there are a lot of stuff. There's a lot of shit I still need to finish off this wave and the original 82 to 94 wave. Oh my God. A lot. But I'm taking my time doing it. I'm not in no rush to go crazy. I do want to try to get as much as possible for as cheap as possible now. So if I do go back to Joe Fest with Fam Eric and Alex, I won't be spending a lot more money on other shit. Because like looking at the stuff was very overwhelming. Because there's no rhyme or reason on how people set their stuff up, and it got very uncomfortably overwhelming, extremely easy. Because if you're, it was just crazy. It was just shit everywhere. A lot of people, and it's like to sit there. You can't go there and look through stuff for an hour and a half, because you do that, the next person over may have what you're looking for and what you need, and then it was brought by somebody else. Like there was a Sergeant Slaughter that looked, the one that goes with these 3 Renegades. They had like that camo. What they at? These 3 right here. I got all 3 of them, and I missed out on the Sergeant Slaughter. I seen the Sergeant Slaughter twice in two different vendors on Saturday, but by the time Sunday came, they were nowhere to be found. And I think people were only asking like a buck something for them. And I missed out on that Sarge because I wasn't paying attention. So these 3, I think I got them. I forgot where I got them from, but I got them. I don't remember if I got them from Joe Fest or if I got them from the next show. Me, Eric, and Alex went to. In Cherry Hill. I think the last show they did in Cherry Hill we didn't go to, or it was probably one of the 2. But and then at one time with Transformers, I was gonna go with G2, just cause like since this is G2 G.I. Joe, and I'm collecting G1 Transformers and Joes, I was like, I'll just go into this line. But when I start doing calculations, you got some of these figures that even loose, they like $300-400 for some of these G2 Autobots and Decepticons, and a lot of them are extremely hard to find. So I was like, you know what, nah. So then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get the MP Transformers, which is the masterpiece versions of those counterparts. And I wasn't gonna get all of them. I was just gonna get the ones I really, really wanted, or if they were a good price. But every time I go to toy shows and look online, people want between 60 to like over 150 for certain figures, and I'm like, yo, I can get 5 to 6 of the War of Cybertron figures and shit. You know what I mean? I can basic the ratio is like 8 to 12 versus that one. So I was like, nah, that's not gonna work for me. And then I was like, you know what? I always did love the stuff I was collecting from 2000. Well, I'm gonna say 2018 Transformers to now. Because I like them. I mean, they have almost no kibble, and they're fucking beautifully made, very articulated. And yeah, even though they're all plastic, they just look really, really nice displayed, nice action poses and shit. That's why I was collecting them in the first place. I sold them all off, but I recycled that money from them into getting into this and some of the you know, the 82 to 94 G.I. Joe stuff that I needed. So that money wasn't wasted into other garbage that I got rid of. So it worked out, but I wasn't too sure if I would get back into that particular line. But now they have the Transformers Studio series, which are even more cleaner and better than the Earthrise stuff. I'm gonna say better because most of the Earthrise and War of Cybertron versions of those figures are accurate to the TV show, but they're more like Cybertronian versions of the Earth version of them. Like they have like space dust and dirt grime and wear to them. You know what I mean? And the Studio 86 movie versions of them are a lot more cleaner. They're more accurate to the cartoon, which is what I want. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute what I mean. But I decided, you know what? That's the more feasible, inexpensive way. I mean, I don't need to collect any of this shit. But I do want to kind of like put those with these guys. I think they will look pretty dope. And that's what I'm going to do. You know, I sold off like some of the G2 stuff that I had. And as far as the other Transformers or whatever, I'm not going to get into them. I'm only going to get into these, and I'm only going to collect specific ones. I don't need them all. I just need a nice amount of what I want. Like I would love to get all the Seekers. I would love to get the Insecticons, the Constructor cons, and the Dinobots, with some of my leading Autobot and Decepticon guys, like of course Soundwave, Shockwave, Megatron, Optimus, like those ones, and then some of the ones from the '86 movie, like Cup and what's the other one that talk fast? Oh my god. I can't think of his name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Is it Blur? Or what the fuck his name is? But you know, some of those ones, and I'm gonna have them all around here. And you know, if I see all the bots are transformed, like look at this Optimus, he's dope as hell. Like, oh, there he is, he's beautiful. Then you got Megatron over here with that nice polished chrome, and he's actually a gun, not a tank. So I do like that. I think now what they do is now they're doing everything with tanks instead of guns because they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? That's just what they do now. So they made Megatron look like a gun in robot mode. Still got like gun features and stuff, but in alt mode he's a tank, you know, which is a secondary G2 remodelization of him being a gun. So yeah. So with that basically being said, I do have one of him already. He's actually up here. You can't see it because where he is. But it's no, I mean, I'm gonna have two, because you know, obviously in the movie there was a lot of him, and the other one, there's another one that's similar to him as well. But actually, is it him? Because I think he's missing like wheels, right? He's supposed to have like wheels that go into like a junk pile, futuristic-y whatever thing. But yeah, this is really, really nice. And then we have this Optimus, which I totally forgot. Well, he's not from that particular wave, but it is a nice looking figure. it looks really, really nice. You know what I mean? And you got this big boy here, which is also dope. So, you know, he turns into like a bigger Optimus, but the smaller one that goes on the back, you transform him, I guess, into truck mode, and then this one becomes, I guess, the trailer or whatnot. And I thought this was pretty badass. That's the only reason why I kept it. You know, I mean, obviously in the back, I mean, there's a lot of kibble, as you can see, but you see why. But it's just really, really cool. You know, really, really nice figure. I think I got these from Fam Eric, because he had a lot of Transformers stuff, and you know, we did a trade for some of these. Does he come with the yeah, I think he come with the Matrix of Leadership. But yeah. So, you know, it's just really dope. I don't think this stands very well. So yeah, I'll probably go out a little later and pick up some stuff. I gotta pick up some ground chicken for my stuffing and 2 apples for my stuffing, because I make my own holiday stuffing, and I put things in it to make it its own. It's basically like its own meal. So I'm doing like a lasagna. The lasagna was made yesterday. All I do is put it in the oven. I'm also doing macaroni salad. I'll probably just do regular white rice. We're doing 2 chickens, no turkey this time. Collard greens, candy yams, sweet potato pies I'm making, and that's really about it. You know, I mean, it's a lot of food, but it's not a lot of food compared to what I normally make. And I'm only doing 1 of everything. Normally I do like 2 pasta dishes. I mean, of the same thing and shit like that, but I'm not doing that this time. Because we had a lot of food left over, that some food had to be thrown away for Thanksgiving, because my family, my wife and my kids wanted certain shit, and they weren't eating it, and my wife wasn't home most of the time, so a lot of food had to go in the garbage, and that was like almost $600. So you figure out of 600, maybe a little less than half of that had to be thrown away, and I don't like wasting food, because they got, you know, me, I can only eat leftovers for the holidays like 3 times tops. You know, after that I get nauseous. If I eat the same food too much, I don't care how good it is, I get nauseous. My body's just like that. I've always been like that. Like pizza, I can only eat the same shit a couple of times before it's ready to come back up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's why I'm cooking a decent amount. I'm making that. I'm making them a ham. They wanted a ham this year. I very rarely make ham, but I say fuck it. I ain't making it in like, what, 2 years. Last time I went to my mom's house, I forgot what it was, and you know, me and Isaiah ate, and my mom makes ham crazy. I could eat her ham and my grandmother's, both my late grandmothers, all day. And Isaiah tore that shit up, and you know, I had a couple of pieces because I gotta watch what I eat. And I was like, yeah, so fuck it. I decided to prep it. So I added my spices on it. I said papanil, pineapples, mustard, you know, mixed up with certain things I put, including clove powder and shit. So that's downstairs being marinated since Monday. Same thing with my chicken. I glazed the chickens, both of them, and added some nice seasoning, so that's marinating. And of course a pot roast, small one, just for us, for, you know, everybody should be able to get a couple of slices for the next 2 or 3 days out of that. And again, yesterday I did the lasagna, I did the batter for my sweet potato pies, and I made the candy yams. I just gotta put them in the oven. So tomorrow my meats will go in, and after that, then I'll put the baked stuff in there, and then that'll be it. Because today I'm gonna do the pies and the cake. I'm only doing 1 cake this time. And anyway, that's it, man. So I hope you guys enjoy what you guys are gonna enjoy. Outside of that, let's get back to this shit. So let me see what this is, because I keep forgetting what line this is. Oh, I got people that are texting me. Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. All right, got that out the way. All right, so I brought a furniture unit Friday, 2 Fridays ago. I knew it was furniture in it, but I thought it was like great stuff because everything was professionally packed and covered. But it was a 10 by 15, so I thought it was gonna be furniture. I thought it was gonna be a whole house or apartment unit. It wound up being the person who had 3 units. I'm going by what the manager of the facility told me after I got there. But it was great fucking furniture. It was mainly furniture and boxes, like wardrobe boxes and like medium size to large U-Haul boxes. You could tell whoever packed this stuff, they spent money on having everything professionally packed. A couple of pieces were broken, I guess because of just era of them rushing or whatever. So last Saturday, I did look through some of the stuff that Sunday when it was that big blizzard. Because like on Saturday after the flea market, I donated shit. Not this Saturday it passed, but the following. And it was me, Isaiah, and my daughter Michelle. So after that, we went to Red, White, and Blue, donated a whole bunch of shit. And as I was there, I was getting a phone call asking if I was gonna come clean up the unit. I said, hey, I can come now. So I went to pay for my unit, and we took 1 truckload of shit on Saturday evening. So it was a big day for us. That was the first trip. So while they were sleeping around 4 in the morning, it was coming like snow and everything was coming down. So I took everything strategically out of the trailer myself and put everything in my garage a specific way, so that way they can get more rest and won't be that tired. So on Sunday, we went there and we did the second trip. A lot of furniture and shit we put in there, and then I still had almost a month for free at U-Haul, where I rented the 26-foot truck to go and clean out those 3 units in Scranton, PA. And so I took advantage of that. So I put stuff in that U-Haul unit. And then we did a third trip, which we barely got everything in, the third and final trip. So on that Monday I had to go back and pick up my $100 deposit. So I did look through some of the boxes, and I'm like, fuck. I mean, I love household. I don't really like glassware because I never really do good selling glass stuff. People always break it, and people don't want to pay for it. But it was a lot of. I mean, obviously, just the furniture was high end, so the shit was high end. So on Saturday, Isaiah, he's handing me stuff, so we're putting boxes out. People are cutting boxes open. A whole bunch of high end. I think it's called La Croissant or La Curacao or some shit like that. Pot sets. At least fucking 15 different pot sets. This guy had money. So I'm praying that if the other 2 units go up, I'm definitely gonna be on top of those other 2 units. Because this guy had these name brand crazy furniture that I'm selling online, and it's nice shit. And and that's why I was texting, because people getting back to me on that. And when I tell you guys, I made almost $8,000, $8,000 on Saturday at the fucking flea market. In almost 30-something degree weather. People were fucking going crazy buying. And I'm like, oh, this stuff's not gonna be cheap. They didn't give a fuck, because like a lot of these pots are like $400 or $500 a pot, and this stuff is in immaculate condition. I mean, you talking about 2 spoons and a pair of tongs were going for fucking $300 on eBay. For a silver spoon, like 2 different utensils and a pair of tongs were $300, $299 sold on eBay. I mean, this guy had all type. He had Reddit, glasses. I mean, it was crazy. I made $8 grand on Saturday on that stuff. So that was good. It was just great, crazy. I didn't get a chance to go through the stuff during the week, and I was like, fuck. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just rely on the furniture and whatever glassware I'll just put out cheap. But then when people were going through the stuff, and I'm like, holy shit, look at this name, and they were just buying it. So I was just lucky. I was lucky this time. I never shy away from furniture units, big units with mattresses and furniture in it, because those are the units I always find video games and stuff in. I don't care, because if I can get the unit cheap enough, I'll go to the dump, throw shit away. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind hard work if it pays off. This unit wound up being a sneaky unit in disguise. No jewelry and shit like that, but I got the next best thing. I mean, hopefully this other person's units will go, the other ones will go up. I know where to look and which facility. I'm not gonna tell nobody, and hopefully I get it. If it goes back up. If it doesn't, it was just meant for me to get what I got. So anyway, outside of that, I'm only mentioning that because that's why I was texting people on Facebook Marketplace. So getting back to this Transformer stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. I was about to look this stuff up. So yes, somebody else is. I'm not gonna look at it this time, but I do want to kind of see where this Optimus is from. Because it's nice, but I might not keep it. So this is Studio Series Voyager Class Optimus Prime. No, it can't be that. Oh yeah, it is. Studio Series. Mechanical Alliance, Star Commander, right figure. Speaking of fam Alex, I'm Eric. We were on the phone for a minute yesterday, talking and shit. You know, I hope he enjoys his trip. You know, he was having fun. Him and him and the baby and his wife. Look like they having fun though. You know, he's over chilling out. I'm not gonna say where he is and stuff because it's none of y'all business. I don't really like disclosing information that it's not nobody's business to have. But you know, he called and you know, it's just cool, man. It's cool to have good brothers like him and his brother. But anyway, whatever. I don't know what the fuck. I'm just gonna go about whatever the hell he is. I'm not gonna really dwell that much on that. Let's see which Optimus this is. So this is Power of the Primes, Evolution. Yep. Transformers Evolution, Optimus Prime, Power of the Primes. So yeah, I may not keep these two. I may keep them. I'm not really too sure. Because all right, so this is Transformers. So he's Generation. So I don't know yet. Because I really just, but it is a nice looking figure. So maybe I'll just put them somewhere to the side, both of them. Because they are nice looking figures, but they're not really the ones that I'm really into. I really want the ones that are accurate to the cartoon, like him. I really need to start concentrating on that. These are nice, but the Optimus up there is pretty badass, and that Megatron, because they're similar. They have similarities to each other, and I like the size, and I just like them. They pop really well. So, like I said, when I went to meet the racist man to pick up the Popeye stuff on Sunday evening, before we get into him, we went to the Watch Hong Walmart and Target, got some stuff. Then after him, we went to Union, which what I planned on doing before meeting up with him. And I didn't find anything in GameStop. Oh, I did get something in the GameStop and Watch Home. So let me show you guys the stuff here, just to give you guys a quick example. All right. So this I did get Sunday morning at Columbus Flea Market. It's one Spanish guy. He normally sells a lot of stuff that's returns or whatever. This is boxes beat the shit. This is a studio series Jazz from the movie. And he is extremely accurate to his cartoonish self. That's why I got him. And I'll just put him with these. So that's damaged as far as the box go, but the figure is fine. That's all I care about. Then here you got this Wheeljack Transformers Devastation. Transformers Studio Series. So he's one of the ones that I might try to look up and see if there's another 86 version that I might like a little better. If not, I'm going to keep him. And then this is the Transformers, the movie, Brawn and Ratchet. Basically, this is basically the scene where they get murdered. I do remember a lot of people were complaining to Hasbro and stuff about that movie. A lot of people hated this movie. A lot of people I know who stopped collecting Transformers. I even had cousins. I took like it was like 8 of us who went to see this movie. And they were crying. I know a lot of people that were walking out the movie theater behind a lot of the scenes, because you know Hasbro kind of fucked up. They actually, I think they rushed to kill these guys off, just so they can you know, do the new line of toys, which I thought was stupid, and it was overrushed to where a lot of parts of the movie was just stupid. They just killed off a lot of beloved Autobots, and a lot more good guys were killed off than a lot of irritating bad guys, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, even me. You know, I wasn't crying, but I was kind of upset, and I thought that they rushed a lot of shit, and they got a lot of backlash behind this movie. It was a great movie, but they got a lot of backlash behind this movie, behind a lot of this. And you know, when you see this, you see why. Like, I don't know how many seasons. I think 3 or 4 seasons. No, 2 or 3 seasons already were already networked on on television, with everybody being alive, getting shot, but being all right. And then all of a sudden, in this movie that's less than 2 hours long, you kill off a lot of the main lovable characters like they were nothing, like they were black people, like unnamed, no name black people in a horror movie. It was fucking bad. But I got this because, you know, it is Ratchet, even though, you know, you got him with his dying fucking agony face and Brawn. But I was thinking about taking this Brawn's head and put it on the other one, and put the other one on this one, because these are both the movie and cartoon accurate versions. Like, I'm gonna show you this Brawn so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. And then on top of that, or I might just keep this one and take this one back and keep $30 in my pocket, because if you look at this Brawn is more true to the toy, and this Brawn is more true to the accuracy of the comic book. I mean, of the cartoon. And I don't remember what I paid for this set, but this is $30. Last year when Walmart were doing these, they were overly expensive at $25. Now they went $5 up, I guess, for tariffs. But if you look at them, this is more accurate to the toy from the 80s, and this is more accurate to the cartoon. I mean, they both look kind of cool. I do like the silver on the forearms on this versus that plain gray on him. And the green is slightly more olive and this is more of a darker metallic green. And of course you got that Brawn face versus the cartoon face of him. So I think I'm gonna take this back to Walmart and get my $31 and change back. Now this is like 15 or fucking $20. Different story, but $30 for this is ridiculous. Now thinking about it. And I already had this before I brought this, and I just realized it. I'm like, oh shit, I got Brawn already. I forgot. But, you know, I mean, yeah, he got that big ass hole in him, but so what? You know, there's still a better version of this one. I mean, of course, if you like the G1 versions, and you're like, hey, you don't have the toy no more. Even if you have the toy, you want a bigger, more accurate interpretation of him clean. If you got the fucking $30 to spare, so be it. I had the $30 to spare, but I prefer to have the $30 back. So this is a piece. This is one I may take back. He may go back. And then of course I paid $90 because I actually got Seaspray and Bumblebee. But this Bumblebee is dope because I do like the fact that they actually gave him this face versus that face. So he's a keeper. This Seaspray is Seaspray again, just like Brawn. You know, I'm okay with that face. So I'm gonna keep these two. Are definitely keepers. Now these are, I used to collect all these, and the reason why, because they were good interpretations of the cartoon versions of these figures. And here you have Earthrise, Sunstreaker, and Runamok. Again, Runamok is not one that I would normally get because he's not in the cartoon that much, but he was a Melloway, and I do have and like him, so that's why I picked him up. And again, you have Sunstreaker, which is slightly different. His body is slightly different than his regular 86 and regular cartoon run line, but it's a good interpretation. I love the head sculpt, so he's a keeper. And Runamok will probably wind up being a keeper as well. Might. Then this I think I got from the Wayne show last month, because me and Isaiah, we got there extremely late when people were already packing up and leaving. This guy had this for $40, and I was like, what's the best you could do for it right now? And he said 30, and I was looking around at other stuff, but I guess he didn't like the silence, and he said, you know what, I'll do 20, and I was gonna give him the $30 for it. This is Combiner Wars Scattershot. I did get him thinking that he was a regular but I forgot it is Generations. I don't collect Generations. But he turned like you got Prowl, Ironhide, him, Sunstreaker, and Mirage, and all 5 of them transformed into somebody called Betatron. So I'm gonna look online and see just how expensive the other 4 are, and if they're like around $100 or so for the other 4, I doubt it. Or maybe even like $150 for all 4 of them. I may get them just to transform them all into that specific robot. If not, he's gonna go in the sale pile. That's where I showed you guys Jazz. So that's basically what I'm doing with these guys. Like I have Galvatron up there. I have I think that's Hook. I have Rod, I don't know. I don't think that's Rodimus Prime. I think that's just regular Hot Rod. Then I have, I think, Dirge. Oh, I forgot which Seeker is blue, but I have. You can see him right here. Actually, you can see him. He's right here. I do have that Seeker, and yeah. Oh, and I'm bugging out, y'all. So this is Perceptor from the movie. But I think there's another one that he has more silver to him, and I think his chest plate is see-through. So I'm gonna see if it is. If it is, I'm gonna, wherever I got this one from, I'll probably take back and get my $30 back or whatever for him, 28 or $30, and I'll probably order that one and get rid of this one. Or if it's not that much of a big difference, I'll just keep this one since I already have it, because I already have some stuff in my shopping cart from GameStop and Target. And speaking of GameStop, I got this from GameStop Sunday as well. This was $54. You got here Grimlock. Like I said, the Studio Series guys are basically the cleaner versions of what they were doing with Earthrise and all the other ones. They're just basically finally coming out with most of the G1 Transformers, Autobots and Decepticons. I do want to get my hands on the Constructicons. I think they sell them in 4-packs. They're doing 2 individual packs, and then they're doing 2 of them that are single packs, and they all transform into Devastator. So I'll probably price them up and see what they sell for all of them combined through regular websites, and if not, maybe I'll just meet up with one of the people on Facebook Marketplace and give them the $300 for all 6 of them. Because I would like that. And of course, he comes with Willie. There's also another one. I think it's Walmart or Target that sells him, but he's blue. He's a blue version, which I think that's G2. Because I think the G2 version of him is blue, but this version is fine. I don't really care for G2 Transformers. I mean, they're all just G1, just repainted. And like I said, I was gonna do that to go along with this line, but this line is perfectly normal and fine for me. It's a lot more accessible, and it's a lot less expensive than if I would have went G2 or if I would have went Masterpiece. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want everything. I just want certain figures. Outside of that, as I said, I do have some G.I. Joe stuff that I've been looking in that book, and I've been putting that stuff in my watch it whatever on eBay, and some of that stuff I'm going to order as this video is loading, and then I get up and get ready to go out and pick up a small pack of ground chicken and 2 apples, so I can start on the other stuff. Because the only thing I'm gonna do today, everything else is gonna be tomorrow. The only thing I'm gonna do today is bake the cake and from scratch, and my apple pie. I mean, my sweet potato pies. I'm not doing the crust by scratch this time. I did that last year. It's too time consuming and for it to rise, and it's just too much work. So I'm gonna go with store-bought deep dish. I gotta go. Oh, no. I gotta go pick that up too. Shit. I don't know if I'm gonna make 2 pies, or I think I'm just gonna make 2. Outside of that, that's it, man. Maybe for New Year's I'll make a cheesecake, but I think that's enough food. We don't need that. We don't need everything. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. And I know I look like I'm crazy right now. Yeah, I do. I look like I just came out of a mental or a hospital. I've been in the hospital for like over a month. Yeah, man, I know, man. My hair doesn't even grow. My hair was naturally curly. Now it's not growing like that. I mean, you could tell from the texture of my hair that I have good hair, but I think the chemo really fucked up everything, because I had a great head of hair, but now it's just like growing straight. It's weird. But this is the most it's grew in a long time, so I don't know. Maybe I'll take something and maybe something to help this, get thicker and whatever. I mean, obviously I do have hair. It's just very thin. But if it's still growing, that's a good thing. So let's see how that works out. Maybe too bad I can't grow another tooth. But anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Again, greetings and salutations to y'all. Enjoy your day. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.